shadows. It was a December night in the 1977, and I had the weekend shift. I was a third-year foundation doctor with loads of patients under my charge, both in my own ward and elsewhere. In those days, it was still normal for the trainee doctors to work for 3 days and nights straight, and I had already been going for 24 hours at least. What happened must have been a combination of my lack of experience and total exhaustion. She was around 60 years old and had been in hospital for a while with a vague set of symptoms. Her blood acidity was elevated, but I couldn't figure out why. I ordered an X-ray of her abdomen, and I remember when the nurse came to show it to me. It was late in the evening. In a half-lit room, I was tired and had just got off an unpleasant personal phone call. So my head was a little frazzled. I looked at the X-ray and saw nothing untoward. She died the same night. I was called over, and at first I was puzzled. The X-ray had been normal after all. An autopsy was performed, and the cause of the death turned out to be a stomach perforation. I should have alerted the operation theatre so she could have been operated on immediately. We retrieved the X-ray to have another look. A hole in the stomach always produces a pocket of air in the abdomen, which should have been visible on the X-ray. And on a second inspection, there it was. The faintest of shadows, but there nonetheless. I had made an irrevocable error. Today, I have enough knowledge and experience to know that acidosis is frequently a sign of gastrointestinal problems. Of course, I should have rung up the physician on call. But as an assistant in those days, you always thought twice before calling up a man at home and dragging him out of bed like that. As young doctors had to work things out for themselves, more or less. The matter was dropped. The unwritten rule back then was the doctors don't make mistakes, and the events of that night were never discussed any further. I was left to process it alone. I didn't dare raise it with any of my colleagues. I was too ashamed of what had happened. For a long time, I was petrified of slipping up again. I hardly dared to treat anyone during the period immediately afterwards. And when I spent some time in the outpatients clinic, I made sure to go over every X-ray at least twice. It took a while before I regained my self-confidence. I became a lot more cautious at work, and for many years, my personal life took a backseat. Once I had qualified as a doctor of internal medicine myself and was on call at home, I would frequently head out to the hospital after somebody phoned, just in case. Whatever was going on at home was always less important. I subconsciously recalled my own unpleasant phone call from that night, I think, which had thrown me off balance and perhaps contributed to my fatal blunder. Now I know that all doctors make mistakes, and my own experience had made me more lenient when training new doctors. I am not so quick to judge. A mistake is easy to make, and young doctors can be destroyed if you come down on them too aggressively. That case was 40 years ago now. Time has had its healing effect, but I still regularly think back to her. The events of that night have become an apparition, one that has haunted me ever since. There are many patients I will never forget, but this woman stands out the most. It was my fault that things ended badly, and that feeling has colored the rest of my life.